Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeistzealots. I'm Forrest,
I'm Major.
And I'm Robbie.
and we have a special episode for you today. Not that special, it's just we're talking about the final episode of Invincible, which I think we
It's
all
special to
enjoyed.
me.
Yeah, it's special to all of us. But yeah, this is the end of it.
Matt.
Yeah, sadly Matt isn't here, and he's the one.
Picture.
He's like the one who hates like all the Marvel shows, but seems to love Invincible a lot. So it's a shame he's not on this episode. But we're going to do our best to break it down and give our thoughts on it, and hopefully make some predictions. Make some predictions for next week. So, I
you guys just want to hop on in?
Yeah, sure. So, Major,
it's not coming back next week, though, is it?
No, it's
that's like the end of season 1.
Yeah, season 1. So probably like another year.
Robbie, stop trying to make me cry on this podcast. Not professional.
Yeah. So, Major, I think you had a little outline you wanted to break down from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, so Invincible is just so refreshing and such a great show. Like, I watched it the first time, just eyes glued to the television the whole time. But I felt like it really deserved our hard work and respect. So I went back and watched it a second time, which I normally do. But this time I actually like paused, took notes and stuff. So we can kind of outline and highlight like all the significant events of this episode. What you guys think about it starting?
And there's not many shows
like
that literally make
it really just
while you're watching it.
It really just
right.
Kicked off. Like I thought there would be like some sort of like maybe like flashback or like they would build up to the confrontation, but went straight into it. So it flew right into it.
You start with Immortal, just kind of raining blood on the grass, and you zoom up and you see them talking. J.K. Simmons is just absolutely phenomenal as Omni-Man. Just the voice acting on this guy is incredible.
I don't know if you've ever seen the show Oz, but he was like a neo-Nazi on that show, and it was like probably
I haven't.
Probably the most evil character I've ever seen on television. Like everyone thinks like T-Bag from Prison Break's bad, but like I think the character he played, like Vernon, was like way worse because he was like a serial rapist. He was a Nazi. Obviously, he like crucified a guy to a gym floor one time.
Holy shit!
So yeah,
what was the show called? Oz.
Oz. Yeah, it's like the first HBO show.
Do you recommend it?
Yeah, it's just like it'll make you never want to break the law. Put it that way, because like the main character, like he gets in like a DUI and like runs over a little girl and gets like 15 years. So it's sort of like from his perspective. Although it's like from different perspectives, but I think like J.K. Simmons is like one of the few characters who was like in it all 6 seasons. It's pretty cool. It's like it's definitely like it's definitely way because it came out like 97 the show, and it was like pretty ahead of its time because obviously it goes over homosexual relationships in prison. There's a multiracial cast because you got like the blacks, you got the Italians, you got the Irish, you got the Mexicans.
Like in the prison system and stuff.
Yeah, so you got all these gangs, the Nazis, and what are the other ones? The Muslims.
Sounds like a high quality HBO show.
Yeah, and like there's only like 8 episodes per season, so it's not a huge time commitment to watch it. So, but yeah, if you have HBO Max, which I think everyone should, because hopefully everyone watched Mortal Kombat. That's interesting to take. So yeah, he definitely has
Mortal Kombat.
And I know a lot of people like bring up Whiplash because he was sort of villainous in that too. But I think his character in Oz was like probably one of the most evil characters like I've ever seen portrayed in fiction.
Sweet. Well, I love J.K. Simmons. I'll have to.
So he definitely like knows how to play villains pretty well.
So him and Invincible tries to explain Invincible, like he gives them the truth with what Viltrum's really all about. He starts the sentence saying, "We need to talk," which I think just cements the fact that nothing good ever follows those words. I don't care if you're talking to your dad, your girlfriend, your wife. When someone says we need to talk, you need to fly away.
He did not want to intro.
That was on that was on Seinfeld one time. Like George's girlfriend was like, "We need to talk."
I get a word, Forrest?
Oh, sorry.
But it's like every time I try to say something. Oh, so as I was saying,
I thought your thought was finished. I'm sorry. What was your thought, Rob?
Well, now you kind of lost my train of thought.
Well, it's kind of like the episode of South Park. You're just like, "May I finish? May I finish? May I finish?" All right, sure. Okay, I'm finished. So, so basically, like that happened on Seinfeld too. Like George's girlfriend was like, "We need to talk," and then he just like ran home and didn't come back to his apartment that night. And he's texting Jerry. He's like, "She needs to talk, Jerry." So she wants to talk. I'm like, she needs to talk. Like, nobody needs to talk. So did you write this?
It was just that he did not want to intro it like that. Just his eyes just fucked up,
I
blood
thought
all
it was-
over his hands. Just
I thought it was interesting. Like they kept his eyes bloodshot for this entire episode.
The whole episode.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
that was great.
So I
yeah,
guess
he was like practicing in the mountains. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so I guess like Immortal was pretty powerful. He almost blinded him. But I like that there was actually continuity between this episode and next episode, because a lot of times in these cartoons, like they're covered in blood one scene, the next scene they're completely clean.
I was
Right,
not
and I thought the
expecting him to be able to go
continuity was
toe to
pretty
toe
great.
with him like that. Immortal.
Oh, he didn't. Well, he went toe to.
Well, he could at least like hold his own.
He
for a
lasted
little
longer
bit
than
there.
most people.
Yeah, but
longer than
he
most,
can't just
that's for
stand there and
sure.
take it and just like punch and just flick him away kind of thing.
He lasted longer than
Right.
Donald.
He was actually knocking him around. Well, also Omni-Man was just trying to focus on keeping his son. Well, like keep helping his son out fight that thing.
But you have to remember, like
Yeah,
he
he
was,
was kind of-
Omni-Man had been fighting that entire day. Like he fought the
Oh yeah, he
cyborgs.
was a.
He fought
yeah.
the kaiju. So like even like when he was like that tired, it really just shows. And it really just shows you like, because like Omni-Man's not even like the most powerful Viltrumite. Well, he's just one Viltrumite, and they're like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna introduce more next season. So
I hope so.
Oh, and
Like,
I
I-
actually ended up rewatching the series last weekend because a couple of my friends came over. One little detail I didn't notice was, do you remember one of the earlier episodes? He was like calamari for dinner. He had that little slug on that piece of a
oh yeah, I was
slug.
like,
That was that monster. I didn't catch that until I rewatched it.
Robbie, what a find! What a find! That was good.
That
call
was
out.
that
I
was
can't wait
when
to
he
rewatch
fought
the
that.
season.
That was when he fought that the first time.
What a great observation!
I think the only thing I rewatched was just the Immortal and Omni-Man fight, and then like Omni-Man killing the Guardians of the Globe. So whenever Omni-Man kills the Immortal, I rewatch. But I think I pretty much got the gist of each episode. I didn't really feel like I need to rewatch it, but I think I will just for enjoyment.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
definitely a
just for
few little
enjoyment
details I didn't
purposes.
notice till I watched it a second time.
I might have to read the entire comic now, because I've pretty much just been like spoiling myself with like YouTube videos, like going over this character's
Right.
history.
It's so good,
It was kind of cool watching
so-
it, not knowing.
right?
But,
That's
you
what I
get
was
more
jealous
enjoyment out of
about.
it,
Like,
definitely, but I'm just like, I don't care.
gotta have more. Gotta know what happens next.
I did
and
spoil
I think,
it a little bit.
Because I think like
yeah.
the more you learn about the comics, the more you want to read it. Because if you just like,
Agreed.
at face value, it's just like, well, it's another like superhero comic with like a kid who can fly. It's like, well, what's the interesting part of it? It's like a really violent and a really cohesive universe that's not tied to Marvel or DC. Although there obviously are major DC and Marvel influences, but it's its own thing. So, okay, so
yeah. So Omni-Man starts talking to Invincible, and he explains like, how the Viltrum, killed half their own population, weeding out the weak, and then they started like taking over the galaxies and stuff. They got their forces spread thin, probably because they killed half their population.
mhm.
And
Doesn't
so
help.
they just started sending like one person per planet. My question is like, I feel like Omni-Man could just take out Earth. I feel like he doesn't need to weaken Earth, right? He could just take out the
Yeah.
planet if he really wanted to.
It seemed like he was trying to do it undercover because he could
Right.
totally just go just full on.
I know.
Just bad
Basically,
guy.
could have just taken it over like when he first got there. Honestly, just
Yeah,
just
like
lighting
the
up
like the
military.
second episode
Well,
when he crushes that
He got
planet.
a family
like,
and stuff. But I wonder how
Well, I think
long
he had
after he got there.
I think he had to like make heirs. So like I think the whole part of like the reason like the Viltrumites like Earth so much is they can make like perfect hybrids or Viltrumite hybrids
that
that
would make sense.
because like you said their race is spread thin, so they need to repopulate their race. So I think humans and Viltrumites seem to make good.
So was his goal to repopulate Earth as Viltrumites?
I think just like
As
wait for his
or-
orders. I guess his orders
Yeah.
came in and he was like,
I
"All
thought
right,
he was
we're
just
gonna-"
kind of posted there.
I don't know. They're probably not going to go into it because think about it because like from his
He's gone
perspective-
now.
From his perspective, 20 years is not that long. Like 20 years might just be like for a few months for
Blink
him.
blink of an eye.
Probably less than that if he lives like 1,000, like 2 or 3,000.
Exactly.
So it's like for him, like it might be just like a day. Like 20 years, might be like a day for him. So,
Man, some of the stuff he said to him, was
Right.
Just like
Your
so
mom's a
blunt
pet.
and- yeah, that right there. I was like, oh my god, he just said that. You are not going to get him on your side calling his mom a pet. He
No,
does not. It's like he just doesn't see that he does not see the same things as him. He didn't grow up on Viltrum.
yeah. So
Omni Man and Invincible fight. Invincible obviously gets his ass kicked. Do you guys think Superman could take Omni Man? Who would win in that fight?
Well, I think Superman has the sun, right? So he has like an unlimited power supply.
Yeah, but Viltrumites have pure blood, which I don't know. Sounds pretty fucking
I don't know.
good too.
I think Superman
It seems
like
to be kind of like plot related. Like
oh,
sometimes
with Superman? Yeah, because no one's
Well,
as
with
powerful as
all of them.
Superman.
Invincible too.
Doomsday.
Like his strength seems to kind of vary depending on the plot sometimes too.
You know,
Maybe-
I was thinking about that, and you know what? I'm gonna give it a pass. Maybe because I'm fanboying so hard over the show, but you know, sometimes I can lift more weight one day than I can the other. I feel like maybe some days I can jump higher than other. I don't know if it's like superpowers are the same way. Some days you're on your off day, some days you're on your on day. But it's probably just a power
maybe if
continuity.
Superman and Doomsday teamed up like Piccolo and Goku against Raditz. That'd be interesting to see. What about Goku and Omni-Man? Who do you think would win?
Omni-Man. I think Omni-Man would rip Goku in half.
Even if
So,
Goku is Super Saiyan 3?
Frieza,
Going
Frieza
into
style.
going into Super Saiyan. Well, spoiler alerts a little here with Alan
Dragon.
the alien.
Yeah.
I kind of spoiled it a little bit that he's kind of like Super Saiyan in a way.
Oh yeah,
Where when he almost dies, he comes back stronger.
nice.
I
Okay,
read that he might be as strong or even stronger than a Viltrumite, but he's not a bad guy, so he doesn't really use it that way.
that makes sense. Why he's going around testing planets for their strength to make sure that they can, you know, withstand an alien invasion. That
Yeah,
makes
that-
sense.
And he's kind of like a Super Saiyan, and that might be why Viltrumites like kind of took. I think
Destroyed
they
his planet.
Destroyed their planet.
Yeah.
And maybe
Get rid of
I
the
don't know
strong
the
guys.
details on them, but from a little flashback they showed, you saw all of them, whatever their alien race is called. But
Yeah, I have no idea
Psych-
what they were
let's
called.
I like his character though.
Yeah, he's great.
But it was
Seth
awesome
Rogen's
he came
pretty,
back.
pretty. I'm glad Seth Rogen does a couple cameos.
Well, he's
as
the
executive
producer of the show. So.
right? And he's doing his own movie. That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's unrelated to the Amazon series. So
They might want to like just finish through up the because I'm pretty sure they can wrap up this whole story of this in like 5 or 6 seasons. So maybe they should like hold off on the actual live action movie.
I agree.
Because it's gonna be good. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh.
Do you think they'll introduce Thrag and Conquest next season?
No, I don't know who that is, but
I'm
no.
not sure who that is.
Thrag's like the General Zod of the Viltrumites. He's like the main.
Oh no, I think that's probably
Oh.
like some season 3 stuff. I'll get into my predictions on season 2
Yeah,
towards the end of this
I haven't read
episode.
deep. I haven't
Um,
read deeply in it.
What'd you guys
I
think
don't wanna
about
spoil
the
too
fight in
much.
Chicago?
Yeah, it was brutal. I mean, I
Brutal.
think the most brutal scene was like him holding
The subway.
going through. Yeah. It's
Oh
like,
my
man,
goodness!
just going
Wow,
through
that
it.
was a crazy scene. Was that your
Yeah.
favorite like killing
Like,
scene
how
of the
did-
season?
How did he go straight from like just like he's kind of like Superman in a way and all like cool with stuff, and then bam, just straight into bad guy Viltrumite.
That's what duty does to a man.
Yeah, so I think it was basically I don't know. I thought it was well played. So I think it was definitely that's what's cool about the show is like they're complex characters. They're not all good. They're not all bad. And I think
Mhm.
Omni-Man is definitely not all bad, just mostly bad. Or it's just
Yeah.
basically it's just basically how he was brought up.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's basically like
good
the
and
tradition-
bad is just a perspective. It's, you know, like from his point of view, he's doing good, right? He's
Yeah.
trying to welcome Earth into the Viltrumite fold, give them medicine that could save millions of lives, yada yada yada.
Yeah, because he's basically
So
trying to
good and
justify
bad
it
is
to
just a
Mark the whole time.
perspective.
You're calling them all like insects and pets, and I'm like, damn.
Well, you got to understand, like from Viltrumite on Viltrum, like strength is a virtue and weakness is like a sin.
Yeah,
So,
and
like,
they
from
live
his perspective-
forever. It's like us caring about like cicadas or monarch butterflies, like, you know, people who or
Yeah.
animals that live for 48 hours and die or something like that.
They don't want
Yeah.
that weakness in their blood.
Yeah,
What you guys think about the flashback to T-Ball? I thought that was really great.
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I thought
I
it was,
didn't really. It didn't.
I'm not a
I
huge
get
fan.
like.
To
I get
T-ball?
like. I thought it was sort of.
Which
They
one was
sort
that?
of rushed it, like his like leaving Earth. It was just sort of like so he's beating the shit out of Mark. He has a flashback, then boom, he's gonna leave. So
well, I mean, you need the flashback to explain why he leaves, and you can't.
Yeah.
You have to have him leave because
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he could
it's
kill
just-
Invincible, and we still need a TV show. He's the main character, so he's
Yeah, he
got
totally
to. Like,
coulda.
he's got to.
Yeah, he totally could have knocked him out right there.
I mean,
It's
Omni-Man
like,
had a
all
good
right,
point.
Earth, what now?
I could. My question is, why doesn't Omni-Man have like multiple families? I feel like that'd be pretty easy just to fly around and have like 2 or 3 wives. with multiple kids and stuff.
A family over in like Asia or something.
Exactly. You know, if pilots can do it, superheroes can do it.
Like
exactly
Quagmire.
Exactly like Quagmire. If pilots can do it, so
he's
can
like,
superheroes.
I'm gonna save kids in their 20s, and he's like in Spain, giggity giggity giggity,
Giggity.
more giggity. Yeah, there's like one he's like running through the school, and he like goes into like one class where he's like, Daddy, and he goes to like an ESL class, like Papa. And he goes to a special ed class, Daddy.
So Omni-Man flies away, and then we just get a really nice montage of these side character like reaction shots. Who's your favorite side character of the season?
Probably Cecil, because he's like the Nick Fury, and he's basically like keeping things. And I guess Robot too.
Robot was great. Cecil's great.
I love the Omni twins.
You mean the Mahler twins?
The Mahler twins, not Omni twins. Omni twins. Find out he's actually got a twin somewhere. Yeah.
Omni-Man had sex with a blue woman. So, so the Mahler twins. Yeah, I think they're definitely some of the best villains after Omni-Man this season. I like. I hope they bring Machine Head back, because I think he was an interesting sort of gangster Kingpin-esque. So I guess Titan's going to come back next season. I want to see him Invincible fight.
I can't wait to see like how that all like turns out with him being like betrayed and stuff. Why did you guys think Rex started cleaning that blood spot in their headquarters?
Because I guess he just felt that they had earned it. Like they risked their lives.
But they saved like some people after the battle.
He even said, he's like, hey, you missed a spot. And he was like, that's set there as a reminder.
I'm with Samson on this. I don't.
Well, to be fair, Omni-Man left the planet, so they didn't have to worry about him anymore. So.
Exactly.
And to be fair, I think Cecil didn't tell them about Omni-Man, so like they weren't prepared. Maybe they're mad about that. But I guess
now they know or something.
I guess they just
now
feel
everyone knows.
The whole world knows.
So.
What the whole world doesn't know about is that room of invisibility with the water and the light spectrum. That was kind of interesting. That would explain like why like all the Cecil soldiers can turn invisible and stuff.
Yeah, I remember seeing Cecil smile when D.A. Sinclair was building all those reanimants. So I like how Cecil's not. He was sort of like putting on an act when he like, get him out of my face. I don't even want to look at you. But he was like, but also make me more of those robots.
But also, we still need you.
Yeah.
Oh, and one thing like if Omni-Man, so like after all the people he killed and stuff, could they ever forgive him after that?
No.
Hell no. I wouldn't forgive him. I wouldn't trust him.
Because that's one thing. Like how do you forgive somebody after doing something like that? Because it does seem like they're going the direction that he feels bad. He's like, all right, I'm good now. Like they can't go that way after something that bad.
No.
Well, it's sort of like, I guess the typical like there's a bad guy, but someone worse comes along, so they got to team up. So I think that's sort of what happens later on. I've read it, but
perhaps. Spoiler alert. Speaking of people we don't want coming back, fucking Amber is back, and like I'm sorry guys, I'm just Team Eve on this one.
She was just too much of a bitch there. Like especially when she said she knew, I was like, oh, that makes you look even worse that you knew.
Boo, Amber. Boo.
She did not seem like she knew though, because like when that last fight, when that robot came out and he goes away, he was like, where the hell were you?
Yeah.
And like,
well, maybe it was like a test. Maybe it was like a test.
You knew.
Maybe it was like a test. Like, is he finally going to tell me?
How do you not understand that though?
I mean, he's not the first superhero. If there are hundreds of superheroes and none of them give out their secret identity, why do you think Invincible is going to be any different?
Yeah, I don't know. My feeling is that the reason she was like on his ass was like, I think like I'm giving you the opportunity to come clean here, and you're not going to take it. So screw you.
It's a secret identity. He even said it just like that too.
Right? It's a secret identity.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think that, like I understand.
Well, it's
like,
also
that
a
logic.
teenager.
It's
right.
You have to have conflict in the show, even if it's like sort of convoluted and not really makes sense. You have to have conflict. It's just, and like especially like there's like conflicts you don't really care about, and the conflicts you do care about. The one versus Omni-Man was the one we cared about. The one with Amber,
not so much.
Yeah, it's they really couldn't come with anything more clever than like we got to keep our secret identity from her, so she'll be pissed off about it. So that's the best they come up with conflict wise.
Oh,
But yeah, let's go
Which
over
was
the.
working for a while. I'd
well,
say.
I was gonna ask. So like we get a little scene with the costume designer played by Mark Hamill and the wife at the end there, and well, before that we see him like drinking alone, and he throws away the picture of him and Omni-Man fishing together,
Yeah.
or I guess he's Nolan in the picture. But I was wondering, what if the costume designer becomes so wrecked and devastated by this betrayal that he becomes the Joker?
Ooh.
I know that's stupid.
I think that.
That's pushing it.
It's definitely pushing it.
Well, Rob, you know that he's the voice. Mark Hamill's the voice of the Joker.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
he's making that joke.
And that's
okay.
that's
You know,
Luke
Mark Hamill,
Skywalker,
Luke
by the way.
I
Skywalker.
actually
Yeah.
didn't catch that.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, if you're just wondering why that came out of left field, it's just the voice acting connection.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
a little more sense why you went that way.
Absolutely, just trolling around. But at the
Also,
end,
I
we
wonder
get
if
this-
there's going to be a hashtag cancel Invincible because he gave her his glass without washing it in like an age of a pandemic. You know.
Shut up.
Yeah.
This isn't Grey's Anatomy. There's no pandemic in the episode.
Yeah.
So at the end, we get this little montage, and I want to point out a couple things here because I like paused it and took notes on everything that we were going through at the end there. There were 8 episodes this season, and there were 8 clips in that montage. We saw the face huggers, we saw the Mahler twins, those green alien invaders, Dr. Seismic, Titan, and some kind of dragon thing.
Yeah, I don't know who that character is.
I have no idea who that character is.
I'm guessing maybe he's like the maybe the Chinatown boss or something like that, or the East Side boss.
You think they're partnering together?
I think so.
They did a really good job making all these run together.
Exactly.
Without like making it seem too rushed.
Yeah, it's not convoluted.
Apparently,
it's not rushed.
and apparently the Flaxons, the green aliens who invaded, didn't die. There's still some left.
I guess that's what happens when your world works really slow. You have time.
They already made him came back like 3 times. Like if they did it like too quickly, like they came back a 4th time, I was like, okay, this is getting too repetitive there.
Right? Yeah, not in one season. So we see Battle Beast, we see the Cyborg Army or the Regenerate. Army.
Yeah, what was Battle Beast doing? He was just on a ship.
He was just going out there in space, which seems unrelated to everything. Omni-Man or not Omni-Man, Invincibles, all these other things are like Earthbound and stuff. So I'm wondering if Battle Beast won't be like an Omni-Man thing because we don't know where Omni-Man is in space. And then the last little clip we see with Seth Rogen and Invincible, and he asks him what he's going to do, and he says finish high school. So that's number 8. So I think they're giving a glimpse of each episode next season and what each episode's going to be about. Which I like, but at the same time, spoiler alert, much TV show?
Well, I think they'll introduce some new stuff. I think they're going to introduce some more Viltrumites next season. Maybe like Conquest, which is like
they'll definitely sprinkle more plot lines, but I think these are going to be like the main guys for the 8 episodes, and then the last episode he's like finishing high school.
Yeah, and I think they're introduced Dinosaurus at some point, who's a cool villain. They introduced Angstrom Levy, who's like the Lex Luthor-esque sort of character for Invincible.
Oh, I thought that was going to be kind of taken over by Titan.
No, because he's like the one who like travels between dimensions. And like, well, spoiler, but I wouldn't be surprised if they introduce Angstrom Levy next season. Maybe not as the big bad, but
but as like a side character.
That's sort of like the 3 main villains they haven't introduced yet. Like, Conquest is one of them, but yeah, Conquest, Dinosaurus, Thrag, and which one did I just say? Angstrom Levy. So
Angstrom Levy. So that's what I think is going to happen in season 2. But reflecting back on season 1, what was your favorite episode? What was your favorite plot line?
I think probably like the penultimate episode where like basically
they're
so attacking Omni-Man. But I think after that, probably the one with Machine Head and Titan, and like that
did like that.
The battle in the penthouse is definitely.
I would agree with that answer. I can't even argue. I think that's exactly
because it really shows the new Guardians of the Globe, sort of as a team working together. So and the action was so good.
Turning point in the show.
And but what bothered me was like if Isotope is working with Titan secretly, why did he transport all those villains to the penthouse? It could have done nothing.
Was that Titan's original plan, or like he just jump on that?
Or did Isotope just like
to kind of take over Machine Head?
Right, seeing like an opportunity and going for it. I think that was his original plan, but I think you can make an argument for the other case as well, Rob.
It was like when you like get your henchman to summon Battle Beast for you, you're probably working for Machine Head.
How do you pay Battle Beast?
Well, they basically just promised him a good fight.
Oh,
They-
that's
that's
right.
all
That's
he-
Yeah.
really
that's all
all
he
he
cares
cares
about.
about.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you think who do you think would win in a fight, Battle Beast
His
versus
name.
Omni-Man?
Thought.
No spoilers for upcoming events. What do you think, Rob?
Well, he doesn't fight Omni-Man, but he fights someone else.
Hold on,
Yeah, I
say
know.
it again.
Who do you think would
Sorry.
win in a fight, Battle Beast or Omni-Man?
Well, at the moment, it seems like Omni-Man is the one who could take him because he kind of took on Invincible pretty well. But Invincible
Guys,
was also
ass
kind of
kicked.
like in his training phase in a way still.
Yeah, he still is very. Yeah, if you look at the size difference between Invincible and Omni-Man, it's like 3-1. It's like Omni-Man's massive.
I'd say by episode 8 versus that episode, Invincible is a little stronger than he was.
Yeah, he's definitely getting better every episode. I like the character progression, the power progression. He's not like OP. I mean, sure, he can't die, but he's not like, he's not like Omni-Man where he's been doing this for 1,000 years or whatever.
Say, man, to be able to take him, he's going to have to be, and then it cuts to title.
Invincible. Yeah, I hope they continue that gag, that running gag in season 2.
There's going to be nothing but blood on the screen. Are they going to like wipe it and give it a fresh start on season 2?
That'd be fun. Like,
or come up with something else.
Episode 1, you just see Rex start cleaning the blood off of the title screen.
they give it another wipe every episode.
Oh, nice.
I'm not opposed to that. Seth
Amber's
Rogen,
like,
if you're listening,
like how they do that.
I'm sure you guys already drew these episodes out like 2 years ago because that's how long production takes. But an idea for season 4.
So do you think Mark and Eve are going to have like an official relationship, or?
Yeah, I think like
I guess Amber kind of back together.
Amber's back in the picture, Rob. So
I
sad.
think, and Eve keeps coming in a little too late. Like when they first got together, she was literally about to fly in his window and like get it started.
Yeah.
Like,
Get it started. Get it done.
Yeah, I think there'll be an episode, because they have an Invincible title screen that comes on and they're trying to say it. There might be an episode where like Amber's like, I took my birth control pill, so I'm impregnable. Comes up.
Impregnable.
What do you guys think
I
about?
totally thought that was a crossed out like female symbol. When it's zoomed out, it is, but when it's zoomed in on her, you can tell it's an Adam symbol and not a cross.
It's like Adam Eve is for like Adam and Eve, so I don't know.
I know, it's just when it's zoomed out, you can tell it doesn't look like a Adam symbol, it just looks like an X.
Well, like a female
zoomed
symbol,
in, you can
circle and
What do you guys think about her reveal and how no one cared or got her character wrong? Oh, you're the girl who can duplicate. No, that's
how did they
duplicate.
not? What I don't get is even when they were like
one's got orange hair, one's got
how do they not
hair.
notice that?
Right?
She's not wearing a mask or anything, and she's the only one with red hair.
Yeah, it was like, you're Adam Eve.
I don't understand how they don't see that when she throws on a pink costume.
And same thing with like Omni-Man, like his disguise is just him in normal clothes.
That mustache, the mustache and the muscle mask gives it away every time.
He doesn't take it off though, so he looks the exact same with the clothes and the
exactly.
That's just
same thing.
That's just been a thing in every superhero.
I mean,
movie.
at least like Rex, at least Rex Splode has a mask on.
I mean, at least Clark Kent wears glasses.
At least he makes a it's sort of like a ballsy move. Well, I think in the world of Superman, they don't expect Superman to have secret identity because he doesn't wear masks. Maybe that's how it works. Like they wouldn't expect him to like have a civilian job or whatever. Or have a civilian name.
And Clark Kent's supposed to be like a pushover. Like you meet Clark Kent, he's such like a wimp. Like there's no way he could possibly be
Adam
Superman.
Eve is just so
a
obvious.
6'5" giant wimp. Yeah.
And her name is even Eve.
Right? It's not a secret identity. It's a play on words.
So, good episode.
Where do you think Omni-Man's going? I know I asked earlier, but like
he can catch Mark when he's wearing a mask. He just sees him up close. He's like, "Wait, Mark?"
Well, he's not going to Viltrum.
You don't think he's going to Viltrum?
No, I know where he's going.
But, because he ran away. Yeah, he ran away.
Oh,
from
you're
his
talking about
responsibilities.
where Omni-Man went.
Yeah, Omni-Man went AWOL.
I'm sure he's going to some other planet to kind of think. I'm guessing
he's going to Space Arby's.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. He's probably just going to destroy a planet. He's so pissed off.
He's going to kill the Flaxes again just to let out some steam.
That would be hilarious. Just like season 2, episode 1, just like the first like 5 minutes, just Omni-Man destroying a planet. He's so pissed off.
Yeah. So,
they're going to start season 2 off like really hardcore, like with a bang, like to keep up with like season 1's episode 1.
Yeah.
Like
what do you go off and start another family?
Yeah. What do you guys think could possibly happen?
That's probably gonna follow the
I
comic,
will.
but
I will remind you guys that the first montage clip was the face huggers that we haven't seen since they went to
Oh
Mars.
yeah.
oh
And
yeah, the
That
So-
should be
so
that would
I
be
had
like
to-
just devastating. That would be
I
such
was
a
a
good first
little
episode.
confused about. So the one of them took over the astronaut that landed there.
Yep.
Yep.
But there was like another him that's like looking
Yeah,
like him, or is
apparently it was
that
like a
him taking
shapeshifter.
over? Yeah, because they showed the little flag symbol on his arm and he changed it real fast.
I don't know. I figured that was another Martian.
I was a little confused by that there.
Because I don't know the facehugger can change. I don't think facehuggers can change shape. They just need like a
They just-
non-telepathic
They just need a
mind.
host. Yeah, they just need one host to be able to be like the hive mind to control everything else.
I don't know.
Can
I
we
guess we'll
put his
see.
face in an egg?
Assimilation is futile.
That Rick and Morty episode.
When is Rick and Morty coming back?
June, I think.
Yeah,
Jeez.
June.
I guess we can talk about that when it comes.
Oh, you know we're gonna break down every episode when it comes out. That's gonna be
Yeah.
so good.
There's actually some decent plot in Rick and Morty when you get into it.
Guys, right now, I'm gonna say it. Rick is Morty. Morty is Rick. I said that since season 1. People gave me so much shit. People they disagree.
He's his own grandfather. He's his own.
I really think that by
How
by
does that
season
work
9,
out,
you'll
though?
see Rick and Morty are the same person. There are a bunch of hints and stuff at it, in different episodes sprinkled throughout the seasons. At one point, in the classroom at the school of Morty's, right? You see dumb Rick. You see dumb Rick. Old Morty, right?
No.
I don't know. I think there are just a couple hints to it, but I really want to see the
I think that was just
evil Morty
dumb
in
Rick
this-
that thought he was a Morty or something.
That's what all the naysayers say, and I'm gonna put my foot down right now. I'm gonna say that Rick is
I don't
Morty.
really agree with that.
I love
We
it.
still got to find out how Rick's family died the first time, and how if his daughter's a clone.
Oh,
Well,
his
one of them-
original family from C-137, which is his original dimension, they're still alive, but Rick and Morty are gone because they what they call it, Cronenberg the world, and left.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's no Rick and Morty in the original C-137
Oh yeah, because they killed him,
dimension
right?
he's from. No, his family's still alive. They're just surviving in a
In a
Mad
Cronenberg
Max
world.
Cronenberg world, but
No,
they're
I mean-
still
no, I
alive
mean
because
Rick's-
they don't.
I mean Rick's wife and his daughter. Because remember they got killed.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
And we don't
yeah.
know what. We don't know.
Yeah, no
like,
one knows who his wife
His
is.
daughter's a clone.
I'm not
Or-
sure we'll ever.
Yeah, they
know
tried
that.
to
I
dig in
don't-
his. They tried to dig in his
Yeah.
mind that
Well,
one
the thing
episode
is,
about it.
At least we'll. I don't know. I think we'll find out eventually. But you know what? We won't find out who the Venture Brothers' mom is because they canceled. Adult Swim canceled it. Those bastards. I don't know. I'm really hoping that they'll bring it back for a one wrap it up special.
a one time.
But the thing is, the Venture Brothers was on the air for 17 years.
Well,
From
aren't-
04.
isn't that
And
the-
it's really hard to keep an audience for that long. And there's only I think 7 seasons because they were only released episodes. They only released in a season every 2.5 years. So it's really hard to
Yeah, that's hard to
hold.
keep up
But I
with.
think one of the producers was a big advocate for that show, and then he retired. So and then I think the AT&T merger was nope, lose it. So I'm pissed off they didn't.
Well,
wrap things up.
isn't Justin Rowland BFFs with the creator? So maybe
I have no
we'll
idea.
get a tie-in plot that resolves that at the end.
I
Because
don't
we
know.
saw the cup and stuff through. Unless I'm thinking of the other show. I always get those two
Brendan-
shows confused.
Yeah, I think
but
the creator of Metalocalypse and the creator of Venture Brothers were friends because I think Brendan Small did a lot of voices on Venture Brothers, but I don't know if Justin Roiland is friends with the Venture Brothers people. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a really good show and has really good continuity. If you like storytelling, then watch the Venture Brothers. But
Yeah, I thought it was just one of those random Adult Swim shows. I haven't really watched much of it though.
yeah, it has a really strong continuity, and it basically started off as a Johnny Quest parody, but eventually just became a parody of the entire
Yeah, maybe that's
Marvel
what I thought it
universe.
was, and didn't watch much of it.
But yeah, there's literally 100 years of history of the Venture Brothers, and it's so you can't start season 7 and be what the hell's going on? But it's still funny
that's a lot of
too.
lore.
Yeah, so if you like lore and you like continuity, but you like comedy, watch the Venture Brothers.
Sweet, awesome.
Yeah, so it
Well,
should be
that's
on-
something we can do in the meantime while we're waiting for season 2
we
to
could
drop.
do
It's
Venture
true.
Brothers review. We could y'all go watch the first season this week, and next week we can discuss it or something.
Where can I find this?
I
television
think
show?
HBO Max or Hulu.
Oh
one of
yeah,
those.
perfect,
So,
awesome.
so yeah, I think the first season's only 6 episodes. So not a good big time commitment. I think I seriously rewatched the entire show in preparation for season 8, and then like last year they're like, it's canceled.
It's canceled. Wow,
It's like, crap.
I guess it's back to Smallville for you then.
If I ever finish that, it's like some episodes are just like so long. It's so hard to keep interest with 26 episodes because it's just like a random story. And it's like, are Lana and Lex getting married this episode? No. Are they getting married this episode? No. Are they getting married this episode? Yes, but it was a dream. Oh, they're getting married this episode. It's like they really had to like stretch it out to make it last 26 episodes or whatever. It's like, just that's why I love the 8-episode season arcs.
Yeah, me too.
So that's why I think Oz was good.
Are you gonna rewatch Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
God, no.
Me neither.
That'd be hard.
It would be hard.
Maybe realize how much better WandaVision is.
Right? It makes you really appreciate WandaVision.
So, all right. So, did anyone watch Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, loved Mortal Kombat. I thought that was great. It had just enough callbacks and cheese. You know, they lightly motifed the theme song from 1995. He says, "Get over here." I mean, like there was like a lot of cool stuff. Sub-Zero, like creating the wall of ice to throw Scorpion through it. Like that was really creative. Like that's the kind of stuff I want to see when people use
freezing.
superpowers.
Freezing Scorpion's blood.
They gotta feed the fanboys.
That was cool.
There was a lot of fan service. I think a lot of fanboys don't like it because there wasn't a tournament in this movie.
Right.
And they didn't like new protagonist either. But I think the reasoning behind that was basically, well, MMA is so popular now. So they figure like we got to make this like relatable to today's audience. We got to make the main character an MMA fighter. But I think their main reasoning with no tournament was like they didn't want the plot to be exactly like the 1995 film.
Right. I thought it was a clever workaround. Like they still got the one-on-one tournament fights without calling like an actual tournament.
Yeah, it's like, not every Mortal Kombat game is revolved around the tournament.
Oh, see, I have no idea about the lore at all.
I mean, I think as long as there's fighting, there's characters from the game
and cool fighting. Right. I was not impressed with Shao Kahn. I think is that the spinning hat guy? It's hard to keep up with all these names.
No, that was Liu Kang.
Liu Kang. So I wasn't really impressed with Liu Kang until his flawless victory. I thought that was really pretty cool.
Yeah, and
he rode that girl like a surfboard into his chainsaw hat.
Yep, I liked Cabal too, even though he wasn't in that long. The guy with the hooks and the speed.
What?
The guy who was in the guy who got Kano to betray everyone. He got the mask.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I actually used to play him a lot in the old video games. I was not very good at him.
Yeah. So he was.
But yeah,
he wasn't that long,
speed.
But he was good. I think Kano was definitely the standout. Strangely.
Yeah, Kano was great. His callback line was pretty cheesy though. What did he say?
Kano wins.
Oh no, never mind. I like that a lot when he rips the heart out. No, I thought that was a perfect homage.
The game, I think.
Yeah, it was. A little weird when someone gets laser blasted through the chest and their whole body's gone except for their spine. I don't understand the physics. I wanted to see someone get their spine
it was a ring
out
because she shoots rings. So
right, but like wouldn't that ring also kill the spine if it
because it would leave the spine intact because the spine would be fine.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I'll take your word for it. So it's clearly what happened. So
I guess it wasn't a full circle. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I thought Jax was probably had the best arc. It really wasn't the movie that long. I think him losing his arms, that was pretty brutal. But it was that
was pretty brutal.
I rewatched, or I think I watched Mortal Kombat Annihilation, 97 film, where it also has Jax, but they're not like replacement arms. They're just built over his arms. So like at the end of the movie, he just takes them off and he still has his arms. It's like, I never needed them. And he's fighting like a Centaur guy. And the only good line in that movie is like, I got Mr. Ed. And it's like a Centaur.
Horse? Is he attacking?
It's a Centaur guy.
Okay. I like that. That's a good line.
Motoro, I guess his name is. I never played him, but
what did you think about the four-armed monster? He was pretty hyped up.
Goro?
Yeah, you don't see him at first. You see the shadow with the big bad guy talking to him.
I thought the CGI was pretty good. And
the CGI was great.
They did a good job of like portraying like what it would actually be like to fight this guy, because you would be like, fucked.
Yeah, he broke one of his arms and then he used the three arms to pop it back into place, or dislocated that one of the arms.
Yeah, so
overall, I thought it took over #1 spot for movies based on video games.
Yeah, I think there are some people out there who really didn't like it. I'm just like, for a video game film, this was way above average.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you have like a hardcore fan base, it's gonna be really hard to please. Just ask anyone who likes Star Wars.
Yeah. But to be fair, this had like a way better effects than the 95 and 97 film.
I would hope so. 25 years later.
Yeah, because Goro in the 95 film is just a claymation puppet. Well,
Nice.
not a claymation puppet, but like just an actual puppet.
Rob, did you watch it?
Oh no, I don't have HBO.
Oh yeah.
I told you to get a week-long subscription.
No, you should
Yeah,
wait until something better
keep
comes
saying
out,
that.
and then you can watch
Yeah,
it.
and
I'm just
it's
not
that
that
easy.
big on jumping on Mortal Kombat just for that.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I
you're
would
not gonna have to
save
pay
that
money.
week trial.
Yeah, and then I'll waste my 1 week trial on just watching Mortal Kombat.
What else would you want to watch?
I don't know.
You could
Well,
watch
there's like
you
10
could watch
movies
Godzilla
coming out
versus-
this
you could
year.
watch Godzilla vs Kong. You could watch,
Snyder Cut. Watch the
anything on
Snyder
HBO.
Cut.
You can
Yeah, I
watch
still
Snyder
need to
Cut.
watch the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, so it's like the movie's like only like an hour and 50 minutes. Like you could use your week-long thing for other things.
Yeah.
So we were just like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, Cruella's coming out May 29th. Why
That's
would you
Disney.
wait?
Yeah, I'm sure
Oh,
I'm
that
gonna
is
get it.
Disney Plus. Good point.
I'm just thinking of when I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, they
Well, stuff-
HBO Max released their full schedule for the year with movie releases. So just pop an eye, peek an eye at that. See if anything
Suicide-
else.
Suicide Squad's coming out in August. So
See, now Forrest is over here trying to make you waste
well,
your
it's
1
just
week.
$15. It's like it's how much you would pay for an actual movie. So
That's true.
True.
But I live in a world where content is free, and I will make new friends to get content.
and
so
you
if
can also
you-
just like
Do you guys want to help Robbie
make a
out
new-
with an
And you can
HBO
download it
subscription?
online.
all right. So what else? Sub-Zero was pretty awesome. Scorpion was pretty cool.
I like the origin story for Scorpion.
Yep. I think
I
everyone thought that was the best part. And the Johnny Cage tease at the end. I was like, okay. Who do you think they're going to play Johnny Cage?
I hope it's John Cena. John Cena. That'd be cool.
But he's not like a martial artist. He's just a wrestler. They need someone who can actually like do martial arts.
Oh, do they? I
'cause
see.
he's
I
based
don't
off-
know. I only
he's
know
based
who
off
Johnny
Jean-Claude
Cage
Van-
is.
He's like based off Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's like a movie star who's a martial artist who competes in Mortal Kombat. So they need like someone who's like he's like comedic relief. They need someone like Ryan Reynolds. Someone like that. Just a funny.
I'd watch Ryan Reynolds like probably bake a cake. I feel like he'd have a funny cooking show.
I'm sure he already has. He has like a YouTube channel where he does a lot of funny stuff. So, well, that's all I really have. Any other thoughts on Mortal Kombat? Do you hope they make a sequel?
Oh yeah, I hope they make a sequel. I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah, I think it's doing well for
the
being
box
in the pandemic.
office.
For
Yeah.
the pandemic. So I think Warner Brothers needs more franchises, not less, to compete with Disney. So I think
And
Godzilla vs
better.
Kong.
They need better as well. Better
Yeah.
franchises.
Yeah,
Which
so,
I think more like if they like revive from the YouTube videos I watched about this Mortal Kombat movie, like there seems to be a ton of lore out there.
oh yeah,
So they could do like a dark
It's-
universe kind of thing.
it's
if
literally like
they really wanted
30
to.
years worth of games. There's been like 11 main games and like probably like 5 or like 6 like
Which is
side
crazy
games.
because I
And there's,
really
like,
just thought it
over-
was a fighting game.
There's over like 80 characters, choose from. But yeah, there is continuity and lore and stuff. I mean, there's been like some retcons and stuff, but
Would you like to
See a
see
free
an
trial.
Injustice movie, kind of like Mortal Kombat?
yeah, because I think the guy who makes Mortal Kombat also makes, or the studio that makes Mortal Kombat also makes Injustice.
That would
Because,
explain why Injustice is so good.
Yeah, I think Ed Boon or NetherRealm is behind it. So
Oh! Speaking of video games and Mortal Kombat, what about the scene in Mortal Kombat when he keeps sweeping the leg,
oh yeah, that was
and
like,
then he jumps like that was
yeah.
a great callback to the video game. Like that was really well done. I thought I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think the
I beat
Liu
Robbie
Kang-
several
Liu Kang-
times just sweeping the leg.
yeah.
Growing
Wait,
up.
what?
Like and
Oh, we gotta watch
and
the
one
movie.
and the fighting combat and the fighting games, like when you just
Yeah.
crouch and you keep kicking, you sweep
Yeah,
the
and he
leg.
just keeps sweeping them over and
Mhm.
over.
Several times I've beaten you. I remember growing up just sweeping the leg. You were so much better at
Trip.
Mortal Kombat than me.
Just tripping me over and over.
Is Mortal Kombat the one
I
with
had
the
that one guy that
samurai
would-
with the sword?
Yeah, that's just what I was
You
just
bounce
thinking.
on it? Exactly. I just
had that, like,
Rob. That's
come up and
that's
stab you.
traumatic.
Or he turned
You
around and like
playing
stabbed
that
himself.
character. You playing that character is so traumatic. Like I remember that 15 years later, still losing.
I still
to you
remember
over and
using that.
every night losing to you with that guy.
I'm looking at HBO right now. I'm trying to find their trial.
Hey,
They
if,
just want me to sign up. Just-
if
Well, it's
anyone
only $15.
knows what video game Rob and I were playing growing up, please tweet us at Zealots Podcast on Twitter or email us at zeitgeist@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Because I would
That
love
was
to know
on
what
like
game we were
PS2
playing.
or something, I think.
Well,
maybe a
yeah.
week will Rob Forrest and I will reminisce about old video games. We can talk about Fusion Frenzy, Bloodwake, all the fun stuff.
JSRF.
Is Tip here for Tip just hopped on to say
3
goodbye?
minutes.
Oh, hello.
Say goodbye.
Hello.
Oh, Tip jumps
He's not
on
just the tip.
the last minute.
Just the ending.
Just the ending. To say bye.
Well, Tip, let's get your thoughts real fast on Invincible. This is a great way to tie up the next
2
3
minutes.
Okay. Invincible in 2 minutes. Lots of violence. Satisfies the primal urge of man to,
Beat up their son.
see. Yeah. Precisely. And also it clears up any gray area as to I don't know. There's still a gray area with Omni-Man.
That's just great. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
And for an ultra powerful being, it's like good or evil. Omni-Man's not good or evil. This makes him a more interesting character. It's more dynamic than say something like one of those cast type evil villains.
Just generic bad guy kind of thing.
Yeah, like
it's bad guys. It's what we do.
Exactly.
There's my Suicide quote for the episode. I need to sneak that in. Thank you, Tip.
Guys.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I think
I
that's
like
all we
the
have
birds
today,
ending.
folks.
So, anyway,
Thanks, Tip, for that nice treatise.
very interesting
on,
series.
Invincible. Yeah, looking forward to season 2. So.
And I'm looking forward to next week's podcast. We're gonna figure out what
we
we're
gotta
gonna
figure out what we
talk
gotta
about.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna text about it. So it's gonna be a
I think-
surprise, guys, which means you need to tune in next week to find out what we're gonna be ranting about.
Let's watch. Everyone watch Venture Brothers season 1. We'll just review that.
Spoiler alert! I guess you don't need to tune in next week if you don't know what Venture
I
Brothers
think
is.
Jupiter's Legacy is premiering pretty soon. So
there we go. Jupiter's Legacy. Bye, Tip.
Pretty soon.
Tip says bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, like
That's it for us, guys. So I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
and I'm Robbie.
Until next time. Peace out.
Later.